when you have a contingent on the sale of another property, they have the first, they have the first right of refusal. If another offer comes in, that's quick.
Could they match that second offer that came in?
It's completely up to the sellers what to do. So that's a good segue. So Krista has a contingent offer on Emily's home, written with the standard verbiage. And brings in another offer, and you have 48 hours to sell your house. The only thing that automatically keeps you in first position is you providing a purchase agreement to Emily with no contingencies other than financing. If it's contingent on a home inspection, now Emily has the choice. If there's anything else other than a purchase agreement, without any contingencies other than financing, it's the seller's choice which offer they want to pay.
Is Emily gonna call me and tell me she got another offer from Ann?
So they have to. Realistically, yes.
So that I can present.
Well, no, they're gonna call they're gonna put you on notice.
Yeah.
So Emily's gonna say, you have 48 hours
Right,
to
okay.
perform. So that's what they need to give to you.
Okay,
Does there even need to be another offer? No.
that's, okay, I just wanted to.
She can
confirm.
call, she can try and get rid of you at any time for any reason. It doesn't have to be another offer. Realistically, it usually is, but no, there's no obligation. She doesn't have to tell you anything about the terms.
But they
About
can
the
just-
other, about my
Nope.
offer.
They can call these at any time in 48 hours.
Yep.
In
No.
which case, then we would write a new purchase agreement?
No, that purchase agreement still stands. You need to then get a purchase agreement on your house without any contingencies other than financing.
Or
Because it was contingent on the sale of your home.
Or remove the contingency
Or
of selling
remove
the
the
other property,
Yeah.
We could remove that too.
potentially.
Yeah.
So,
And then
but-
the seller still can decide.
But now, if you go back, the only thing that automatically removes your contingency to buy Emily's house is that purchase agreement without any contingencies. If you say, you know what, we qualify and we want to buy your house without selling ours, unless you've written that clause in there, it's still Emily's option. She
I
doesn't
know.
have to.
Someone this summer that I had the listing and they were like, we can't buy non-contingent. That's what the other people just kept saying. So another offer came in and I called the other agent and they're like, we want the house. They got financing without selling their home. They had nothing written in the purchase agreement, but my sellers still chose to go with them.
Yeah.
So sometimes it works out, but I've had it too where they're like, nope, we're gonna go with the other offer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Heidi does this on all her contingent offers. She writes in there, and even if the buyer says we have to sell our house, it's amazing what fear of loss will do. And so she always writes it in there that seller or buyer may buyer and seller will successfully remove contingency by buyer's ability to demonstrate ability to perform, meaning a pre-approval letter or something. So it gives the buyer the option, rather than a purchase agreement with no contingencies, they can deliver a pre-approval letter that they can own both, and that successfully removes the contingency. But that's not in the state purchase agreement, that needs to be added, and we have that in our clauses too. So I would put that in there regardless, and I would even tell the buyers, look, I know you don't feel comfortable or the ability, but I just put this in there just to be safe. There's no harm in putting it in there. Again, the seller needs to agree to that. Now, this is where your value as an agent really comes in. Let's say now you're Ann, and you're pushing for your client to get that person bumped. You're then telling the agent, look, you know that the only thing that automatically keeps them in first position is a purchase agreement with no contingencies. Make sure that offer, you're bringing that to their attention, because a lot of agents don't know that there can't be any other contingencies other than financing in that purchase agreement. So you want to make sure Emily knows that she has the option to work with you unless you do it explicitly what the contract says. Does that make sense? So I, a couple times, told the agent, our offer is higher. I want to make sure they understand this.